Pittsburgh officers, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, this is on me. Yeah, it should be good. Let me see. I guess it is on there. They were classmates. They were classmates, you understand? Classmates. So, of course, you know, we don't, I don't know the families, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, may that young brother rise again and everything, but I just want to bring up some scriptures, you know, to understand how we stop things like this, you know what I mean? Of course, us being fathers in here, you know what I mean, we know that, you know, fathers play a role in the development of these children, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring out some scriptures regarding that. But let's get if y'all could, one of y'all, Proverbs 17 and 6 first. See if we can bring that out. And you know, no rush, take your time. Proverbs 17 and 6. I know you might have some problems flipping through that, but you know what I mean? Yeah, just he can grab it, it's no big deal. Proverbs 17 and 6. There's an app. You can go to your app store and just download King James Version Bible. You can just download it on your phone. That way you can flip through it faster. Yeah, it's way faster than that. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Proverbs 17 and verse 6.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 6. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers.
The glory of children are what?
Are their fathers.
Right. So, of course, growing up in the black community, we understand what not having fathers around does to us. You know what I mean? We all understand that. I mean, for the last over 400 years, generation after generation, our men have been destroyed. And that's what, you know, and as you became the commander in GEN.YAHANNA, he teaches us to be great fathers, you understand, and to really take care of our families. So, again, this is Proverbs 17 and 6. Children's children are the crown of old men. Meaning, that man that has a child, he has a child, and that grandchild is the crown of that old man. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I mean? To live and to see your grandchildren, that's a powerful thing. You know what I mean? You know, it's crazy. We don't think about that as we come up, like when we have our own children, but then you love your children, and then them grandchildren come like, like this brother right here, man. When he get off in slavery, he get off in slavery. I call the brother. I'm here with my grand man. He goes immediately to you, bro. Immediately, man. Immediately, just like you too. Like, you know, your sister's children. You know what I'm saying? They take to you, man. Like, especially if you're a man and you show them love and you're there to support them, they're going to take to you, man. Right. And of course, the oppressive devil that the Bible speaks about wants us to believe, wants our women to get us out of the situation, take us out of the home, and then it allows us to destroy, you know what I mean, our nation. And so this situation here with these two young brothers, obviously there was a situation there probably that, you know, father might not have been there, father might be in jail, father could be dead, you know what I mean? Who knows what the situation is, but we know that when we have a strong male character there, or you have, like, you know, somebody like, you know, brothers in the IS.U.P.K became the commander in GEN.YAHANNA, those things don't happen, you understand? Or you can jump in anytime.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I mean, from a baby, you should know the scripture where, you know, when Christ said, you know, when somebody offends you,
right,
you go to him and him alone. That right there, squash everything.
Go to that.
Matthew or Luke.
I think I can find it in here. But what he's saying is so heavy because this is a problem with us. Yeah. Because as soon as we have a problem with each other, first thing we do is start getting somebody else's ear.
Yeah.
Oh, you see what this nigga did? This nigga did. Ain't that what we do, my brother?
And insult each other.
Yeah. Instead of going to that brother and just icing the cake right there. We gotta. Oh, this bitch.
That's it.
And then now they twist it up, and then by the time we get back to him, it's like I see that nigga, I'm gonna kill that. You know what I mean? And that's a big. And I didn't even until I came into the truth in the ISUPK, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that because and you think about it, man. That's some bitch, Salaki. Yeah. That's some bitch shit. To talk. You know what I mean? Like, just go to the brother like a man, and just deal with the situation. Now they might not be your friend afterward, but at least they'll respect that you came to them, and there won't be no problem. You see what I'm saying? Right. Because that problem ends up going to now and pass down to your children, your woman. You know what I mean? It becomes something way bigger than what it has to be. Read that again from the top for me, please.
Okay. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 6. Okay. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to make us understand here is that as a black man, Hispanic man, we have to be there for our children, because especially those boys, man, daughters as well, but those boys, they need something to look up to. They definitely need something to look up to because, you know, a son wants to look up to his father. I've even seen situations where the dad's a piece of garbage,
and he loved
but he loved his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might be doing everything in the wrong, but he wants to be like him.
Right.
You understand? And that's natural. That's not. It's not. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, fortunately, when I was younger, and like I said, I got brother Mike here sitting here. You know, my father was like in the service. He was away and stuff like that.
Right.
But, you know, he was in my life. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? I looked at him like he was Superman. You know what I'm saying? He was big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brother Mike in the cut. Look, listen, I was a little, you know what I mean? He used to throw me. Mike used to, look, you know, the projects, right? he used to throw me in the ear so high, bro. I used to see the top of the projects. Wow. And I used to think, I was like, as a kid, I didn't care nothing about no damn clothes or about I just looked at it like, this man's here, you know what I'm saying? So he used to wrestle us and all. You know, I mean, just a good brother, man. So I'm really glad I got him here. Yeah. But that's not only to me, that's to my brothers, you know what I'm saying? And my youngest brother is just, you know, that's his son. Okay. So you know what I'm saying? He passed away. Right. But like I said, so when I as I got older, I always knew, like, you know what I mean? I always stay close to him because he and that's what I'm saying, like, and that's not technically my real father, but he was a father figure. You see what I'm saying? It means a lot. Yeah. And my mom, she definitely, you know, always would bring the right person around. She would just bring anybody around. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is. It's definitely a blessing.
Families, so I can not to cut you off.
Yeah, no good. No good.
But, there's millions of families that don't have that.
Right.
You know
exactly.
That don't have. I mean, anybody.
Exactly.
And so when you're gonna look at, Chicago, and all, you think these people got fathers? They ain't got no father.
Right.
Guys shooting. Even if they do have a father, where is he?
Right.
He's destroyed.
And that's a very gray area because, like, say if your father's not around and then there's another person around. You have no idea if that person's gonna stay around, you know what type of person they are, and then the mother might be saying things like that ain't your real father, and he might, you know what I mean. So it's a very, I didn't have to go through that. I didn't go through that. You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, man, like if you're a man and you're dealing with a woman who has children, you are supposed to step up and be a father to those kids. That's in the scripture as well too. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely in the scripture. So let's get to the next one. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 7:23, whichever one of y'all. That's in it. Actually, that will be in the Apocrypha, which is the red one. I know you got it on the phone, but Mike, that will be in the red one. That's not going to be in there. Yeah, it's Ecclesiasticus 7:23. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 7:23. Matter of fact, that's what I could do. Let me see. Let me see something. What I'll do is I'll flip this so I can hear. I'm gonna give you this. So look, this is
my phone.
This is downloaded.
It's big.
Oh, okay.
Almost dead.
So this is what you do. See, these are the books of the Bible. So you just click here. So like Ecclesiasticus, will be down here, right here, and you just do 7. And I think it was 23. And then so see, that's how you do it. I'm gonna use the Bibles. I got y'all that, and y'all just use your phone.
Okay.
All right. So that way y'all both can.
So what you say, 23?
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 7:23. You're at 23 right there. If you can get that, just go ahead and read that.
As the children instruct them
Go ahead.
to bow down their neck
Right.
from their youth.
Right. That's major because if you a man and you got a child, even if you're a woman, you got to let them know at a young age. Listen, when they get out of line. Bow down that neck. What does that mean? What does that mean to bow them down? I mean, it's submit them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Reduce them. You know what I'm saying? You might even have to shame them if they do something wrong. Right. Because that teaches them you correct them when they get old. It instructs them. You know what I'm saying? You can't. So if your son goes and robs or, just punches a kid in the face for no reason, you got to let them know that ain't right. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to let them know that ain't right because it's not. You understand? Because that becomes a terrible problem when they get older. You understand? And now you got to worry about the now oppressor. The devil that the Bible speaks about, pulling you over, arresting you, you know what I mean, beating your ass, shalak, you know what I mean? And you don't want that to happen. I mean, I'm pretty sure, y'all know what it was like, you know what I mean, to go through stuff like that. So this is Ecclesiasticus 7:23. Hast thou children, it says, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth. So from the time they little, and let me tell you something. It's, with these sisters, these kids, they will run over them women. You know what I mean? Sometimes, now, my mother, was a stern woman. You see what I'm saying? It was a stern woman, right. But most times though, you get that sister like, that's my baby. You know what I mean? I'll give them anything. You know what I mean? And the boys, once they get a certain age, they're like, oh, I can run. I can go ahead.
Right. I mean, he's 15. He's he's 6'2", you know what I mean?
yeah, right.
50 pounds, what's she gonna do with it? She tell him to come in, by 10 o'clock. If he don't, what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Some kids really test their parents, you know what I mean?
Right.
That father in there is there for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Because a woman's really not supposed to.
She's not a disciplinarian.
No.
Yeah, she's not. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, my mother, she was definitely like hardcore. She could scare you by just, what I mean.
My mother scared me by hollering. She never had to put her hands on me. She just holler at me. I'd be like, okay.
right. That's how my mother was. Like everybody in the neighborhood was like, I'm scared of Miss Regina. I don't want to see because she was just like that. But behind closed doors, she's really soft. You know what I mean? But
my mom knew she had to be like that because of the hell we in.
Right.
Because she didn't want to lose me to the street. Because she know if I go left, that's it.
Right, God, yeah, and a woman and anybody who really cares for the children will do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They will
correct.
They have to do it.
Yeah, but you got to do it. But the Lord says it's in the Bible, so that's how you know it's true. I'm gonna read that again for one more time. Ecclesiasticus 7:23. Has thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from the youth. And again, we were just talking about that the shooting that happened up at Oliver High School here on Brighton Road here in Pittsburgh. It was a terrible situation where a 15-year-old shot a 16-year-old, not releasing the names or anything like that, but it just, like I said, we're bringing out scriptures to let you know how to deal with things like this before they start. You understand? So if you're a male, you understand, you need to be present in that child's life and teach them the right things, because there's no damn way a 15-year-old should be carrying a firearm. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. In the neighborhoods that we live in, I can see where you might think, you know what I mean? But to pull it on each other, it's just wrong, you know what I mean? It don't matter where we live at, we should not have the type of mentality where we should want to hurt and kill each other. I mean, you know what I mean? And my thing is this, like, I'll pull the boxing gloves out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead right there, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, when you're down, it's over. You know what I mean? We can do that, but people don't even think about that no more. It's like a damn video. You know, some of the video games they play. You're right. That's heavy. We're gonna jump into that too. But it's like the video games, man. It's like they look at each other like it's ops, and it's like a game. Like once they put you down, they go on social media and talk about it. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? We up one, y'all down one. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's just getting and again, this is only because we're in this hell and we are mimicking the oppressor. This is where we learn that from. Yeah, he's the master of the guns and showing everything on his TV. You know what I mean? Turning you into a damn criminal. You know what I mean? It's going on for generations and generations. You know what I mean? So that's just another scripture we can bring out. You want to jump in on that, or you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let's get Proverbs 22:6. Whoever can get it, Proverbs 22:6. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is another one.
Take it.
You got a mic, or he can get it?
I can't operate. I'm not.
Oh, you good? You good? Yes, cool. We'll get you up
to That went all the way out.
You good? You good? It's cool. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Right.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. Heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Very heavy.
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go. You know what I'm saying? Train up, you know what I mean? What does that mean? Discipline them, you know what I mean? Instruct them, you know what I mean? This is why from the time they're young, when you do that, Salakia, it's very important. It is very important because I do remember some things, from my childhood. Maybe not when I was too young, but when I was, getting up there 8, 9, 10, 11, you know what I mean? I remember them. And then that male's voice, man, just that man's voice alone. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure y'all can remember your father's voice now. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? You hear his voice?
Yeah.
It's different than mom's voice. It's different than mom's voice.
It's more business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You be like, all right, okay, sir. You know what I mean? You might say something under your breath, but you ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? But like I said, like even now, I have my youngest son. He's taking boxing lessons. You know what I mean? And I see already his mentality towards people, his discipline. You know what I mean? Like, it's because, I got him busy. You know what I mean? I reward him when he does things the right, you know what I mean? Which is he does, things right most of the time. But it's just giving him something to do and giving him something to get into is very, it's a heavy, it's heavy. Because the last thing, we need is, the children of Israel is nothing to do. When we ain't got nothing to do, man.
Get into trouble.
Oh, man. Especially the resources that we lack in our neighborhoods. You understand? We don't, I remember there was a time in my life where, there was a radius that I can go to, and that was it. I couldn't even go outside that radius. It was like a couple, streets, and that was it. I didn't have the money to go anywhere. I didn't have the means of transportation to get anywhere.
Man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's hell. That's what it is. Like, so, and just imagine just being in that environment every day, all day with the same people. You know what I mean? You're going to class.
Yeah,
black people. You know what we're going to do when we come together. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the truth.
Yeah.
These stinking holidays, you know what I mean? You get together on those. Look, the first thing is, I want to see my family. You know what I mean? You come together and it turns into a goddamn brawl. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You going together. You come together with Christmas and Thanksgiving, Halloween, birthdays. You know what I mean? They start sparking the weed. You know what I mean? Pull out the alcohol. You know what I mean? Nigga, why you looking at me like that? You know what I mean? You put the music on. It turns into a sin.
Then they start talking about how much money you owe somebody. You know what I mean? You look at him, he owes you $100.
Yeah, look. That's funny you said that. You know what I'm saying? I'll share a personal experience. I have a cousin that because I do music and stuff. I have a studio and everything. So he comes over, he does music, and I don't, sometimes I'll pay for his stuff to get done.
Yeah.
So I go over to his house one day, and they all outside. He's sparking up the weed, pulling out money and everything. I'm looking at this like, this is interesting, man. You got money now. You know you're supposed to be hitting me off,
and
but
got money. Showing you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about blazing L after L after L, and I'm like, oh, these. That's why outside of the UPK, I really don't. I deal with you. I deal with you. You know what I mean? I don't really people in the world. I don't really, because it just turns into you're going to be confronted with sin. You understand?
Crazy sin.
Yeah. It's like you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. So
you have nothing in common with them.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Right. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? If you try to be in this truth, people in the world ain't gonna do nothing but try to pull you back. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's exactly what's gonna happen.
No matter which way you deal with them, it's gonna be a game, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like this one woman that stays around the corner from me, and I'd rather the church or whatnot, right? And I don't even try. They charge her whatever, $45. It's like whatever you got. Come on, get you back and forth something for me.
Right.
So with me being saying, then eventually, like, that's just how it is. She's thinking that I don't know the price of slow. Now she's trying to take me all the way down. She called me the other day. I'm like, man, them are drug prices. Like, I'm looking out for you. Like, that's how it is out there.
Yeah.
People in the world.
They don't deal with you honorable. They don't.
Advantage of you.
Yeah, they don't deal with you honorably. Like, you know what I mean? Like then they lie about the littlest things. Like things that you don't even have to lie about. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you just when you're in this truth and you like I said, you pay attention to these classes, I.S.U.P.K, Command Your Heart, like it teaches you to be righteous and be right with your brothers and sisters. Like, you know what I mean? Just be honest too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one thing we understand here is we have each other.
Right.
So if we lack something, we can always go to our brothers or our sisters and change that. You know what I mean? We can help each other. Right. That's what brotherhood and sisterhood is about. And listen, even in the projects, no matter where you're at, if we had that mentality, we would never lack for anything.
It don't matter where we're at, as long as we're together and follow the laws.
I mean, come on, man. We're the greatest at everything. We do everything. We do everything the best. You know what I mean? We're the strongest, the smartest. You know what I mean? Best looking, whatever you want to call it. If we just depended on each other and not disrespect each other, like the Lord says, the first commandment is to love Him with all your heart, mind, soul, and love your neighbor as thyself. If we do just those two, all the sin goes out of Israel. There's over 600-something laws in the Bible. But those two, all the laws hinge on those two.
Unbelievable.
Just not disrespecting your brother and doing what God says to do. That's very simple if you think about it.
It's very simple.
But we just gotta hate each other. First of all, we gotta be like the damn oppressor. Yeah. We want to do everything he do. We want to wear his suits. We want to, celebrate his holidays. We want to be drug dealers like him. We want to take on mafia names and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Black people call themselves Gotti and shit like that. You know what I mean? Gotti. I'm Lucky Luciana. You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. When we're the best people on the planet, but we want to be like everybody else. But you know what's crazy? They want to be like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, look at it. Like you see these like white rappers and shit like that. they starting to dress and look like, I guess you could say, look like us, and we started to look like them, putting on tight ass pants and
tattoos.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Remember we used to do the tattoo thing.
Yeah.
Now there's tattoos everywhere. On
Yeah.
I'm like, they used to be like a punk.
Yeah. Right.
Rock.
Yeah. Right.
Now it looks.
Right.
To me, I don't like it. I mean,
well,
like too many tattoos.
Yeah, right. Like General Muhammad always says, rap really is a white genre. It is, because that's who you're entertaining. You're entertaining them, for real. You know what I mean? You're the ones who's buying this shit. Yeah. You bootlegging it. You ain't buying it.
Since it's been invented, we've always.
Yeah.
I give it to you. You dub it. You know what I mean? If I had it, you had it.
Right.
You know
God. Right.
Everybody didn't buy it.
Right.
That's how you go platinum.
Yeah. Right.
They buy it.
Yeah. Right. And then women to buy your album for one song.
Oh, that's it.
You know what I mean? Niggas is bootlegging. Yeah. You ain't buying nothing. You know what I mean? You downloading bootlegging, LimeWire. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. All right, let's get one more on this. Let's get Matthew 22, 37 to 40. Matthew chapter 22. Let's see if I can pull it up first. This is a big Bible, man. I like this big Bible.
Is it Matthew 22?
Yeah, Matthew 22, and start at verse 37.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
I see how you try to slap that Yahweh there. You ain't in the UPK, man. He think he in the UPK. Oh, man, we gotta get him his Hebrew name. he trying to use the terminology. Get out of here, man. Nah, Salaki, that's what's up. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
Here it is. This is the first and great commandment. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And the second is like unto it.
Thou
shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love thy what?
As thyself.
Love who?
Thy neighbor.
Now, see, this is one of the things where people will listen to that and they'll say, see, you got to love everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to love that.
Yeah.
And who is they really talking about when they say that?
You know who they talking about. The oppressor.
See, I told you.
So bad.
Yeah, look, I told you you're supposed to love the white man too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it, but that's not what it means. If you look, now this is what I want you to do. In that, I think it's the, let me see, hold on, let me see, Salakia, 1 minute.
Zondervan?
I'm trying to, let me get it here. 1 second. Yeah, the Zondervan, and go to page, I think it's, no, I'm sorry. Get the Strongs.
Okay.
And go to, and look up the word neighbor. Just do that for me.
Neighbor?
Yeah. Look up the word neighbor for me. And then I'm going to have you do something else after that. But like I said, neighbor does not mean people from other nations. And when I'm talking about other nations, that's like the heathen nations who outside of the nation of Israel. Because we're so used to giving our love to them,
right,
that we just don't understand that. But neighbor is not talking about that. Let me know if you see the definition here. It should say something about kindred. It should be like neighbors and neighbor, something like that. Yeah, it's not talking about the other nations. So when the Lord says love thy neighbor as thyself, it's not talking about loving the oppressor. Okay, it's not talking about loving him. It's talking about that brother that's in the ghettos and the barrios with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about.
Look like it's skipping. N-E-I. Let's see.
Yeah, take your time, bro. It's no big deal. Take your time. Let me see. It might even be.
You know what? I'm in the heat.
What is it?
I think I'm in the wrong part. This is the Hebrew. No wonder.
Oh, you good?
Because there's
there's two.
English,
Okay,
there's English,
yeah.
Hebrew.
Yeah, we just gonna get the definition of neighbor because I want people to understand what it means. If it's not in here, it might be in his own. Is it highlighted?
Yeah, it's highlighted.
Okay, yeah. Do that. Read that for me.
So small, I can't.
Read that for me.
This is.
Read it pretty loud for me.
Comrade or kindred.
Kindred. You see that?
Yeah.
Now he just said, brother Jermaine just read what the definition of neighbor is, because most Christians will tell you that means everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But according to the Strong's Dictionary, it means your comrade, which is like your buddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody, a kindred of your own people. Kindred means your own people.
Flesh,
your own flesh, right? Kindred. So that's what neighbor means. It does not mean everybody else. Because Christianity will really have you walking around here thinking, believing Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. You know what I mean? Everybody can hold hands and, little white boys and little white girls. You know what I mean? That's what they try to teach. But kindred is your own people. Blacks and Hispanics, First Nation men and women in those ghettos, in those barrios. You understand? Do me one more thing. In that Zondervan Bible Dictionary, go to page 340. Now it says here, I'm gonna read this to you. I'm gonna read it back. It says, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart." All right. Now, when people hear that, they really literally think of their heart. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we know in the UPK that heart means something else. You got it there for me? Read what that says.
Commonly, you talking about the highlighted area?
Yeah.
Commonly, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect.
Right. Now, what does that mean? There's another highlighted on the next page. It should be. Does it see something else?
A little further down.
Yeah, go ahead. Read that.
Here in ancient hearts is equated with modern minds.
Modern what?
Modern minds.
Modern what?
Modern minds.
Right. So when you hear the word heart, it means your mind. You understand that? So here, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. That means in your mind, you're supposed to be, keep your mind on the Lord. You understand? This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto this. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The water, brother. Yeah, so basically what we're saying here is, when it talks about heart in the Bible, most of the time, depending on the context, it's talking about your mind, okay? Kindred, that's what it's talking about when we talk about your neighbor. It's not talking about other people. So don't be one of those black Hispanic people that think, oh, now I got to go out and give everybody kisses and hugs because, the Bible says love your neighbor. Because, of course, in the ghettos, there is some oppressors there. Right. There's some Moabites.
They get
Moabites,
too.
right? Moabites are Chinese. There's some Ammonites, which is Japanese. You know what I'm saying? There's some Arabs. They own your chicken stores, and they got the corner. You go, no, they got you. Listen, they got your corner stores. They selling you chicken. They selling you chicken. The Arabs are selling you chicken. Lucy's, what they call Lucy.
Moab's selling chicken too,
yeah. Africans own thing. You the only one that don't own something. You the only one, and this is your neighborhood. They selling you everything that you need. They're your landlords,
and they don't come to you for anything.
And you can't even get a damn job in the store. You can't get a job in that store. They gonna hire somebody in their own family. You know what I mean? You paying them kids college tuition.
Put them straight
to
school.
That's really what's happening. All right, so
I heard some of those Moab spots, $10,000 a week, man.
Oh, I believe it.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You can put a kid in college, any college in the world.
Look, listen. Think about what those Moabites make at those salons, those nail salons. Listen, black women, sustain the whole culture of Moab with what they hear.
That's all they need is the black woman. They need the whole country. They can sit up, man. They can support the whole.
Listen, by the time they get done with their hair and nails, come on, man. And they go a couple times a week. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this. Man, listen, man.
Now I think they got the eyelashes too.
Oh man, that's a whole nother. I don't even want to talk about. I like the natural.
I know.
I ain't knocking you sisters. I'm not knocking you sisters who do it. I'm not knocking you sisters who do it.
Into us.
Right, exactly. That's all I'm saying. It should be coming to us. And that's just let you know that we are still in slavery because none of this money is coming to us. Are people still at the bottom of the social, economic, whatever ladder you want to talk about? And we were spending the most money, and we don't have the most money. Ain't that something?
I wonder if you can go over to these other countries and open up shop.
Shop. You can't go. Let me see you try to go to Squirrel Hill and open up a shop that just for black people. You think that'll happen in Squirrel Hill?
Even if you do, ain't no black people coming. You know how we are, man.
Yeah, right.
Because it's 50 cents more at our place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's $1 more.
Right.
Or we open up late. We open at 8. We open up at 8:15.
Right. God. Look.
I never talk about it.
No, but
look. Ain't nobody come. They gonna ask you for. Come on, you know how it is.
And look. And another thing is this too. Sometimes. We have to deal with this too. Is that we don't have the resources they have. Right. So if we running short on something, you know how black people is.
Right.
Oh man, you ain't even got what I need. This is why I go to the white man.
And sometimes we just got to suffer this. Like,
yeah. I mean,
you know,
because it's for the betterment of our people, of our
Right,
nation,
right.
right? I don't know if that might want to be too loud, but anyway. But all right, let's drop that. Let's jump into that we are, you know, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get somebody give me Deuteronomy 27:1. Deuteronomy 27:1. We're gonna fly through this.
Is it 27:1?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 27:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
You got it. Oh, you
Oh,
good? Okay.
could you give it to me? I'll do it.
No, I got it. That's one. If you wasn't, I'm gonna use it because I'm gonna try to look at it real quick.
Yeah, no, I still couldn't.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I got you. You got that for me, bro?
Learn how to
Yeah.
work it.
I'll show you eventually. Don't worry about it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Right. Read that again for me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
All right.
And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Okay. Of course. So what we're talking about now is that blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation men and women are the Israelites that, you know, that the Bible speaks about. Okay. So we're going to pull out scriptures to prove this. Okay. So Moses, who is a so-called would be a so-called Haitian brother. You know what I'm saying? Which is the Levite tribe of Levi. The same brothers that was being oppressed and beaten on, you know, down at the Del Rio International River when they was trying to cross the, you know, to get into, you know, what was it, Texas or whatever it was? Yeah.
Part of Texas.
Yeah. And of course the oppressor was, you know, not with that. Even though he allowed the Afghan, you know, what is it, the Ukrainians and the Afghans flew over here.
It was on the plane.
Yeah, you're right. Hanging on the, they said, you see that meme when they hanging on the plane and stuff? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. He has no problem with allowing these other heathens in here, but the minute, you know, niggas want to come in here, it's a problem. You know what I mean? It's a problem. You know, it's just, that's just.
Because they know who we are.
Yeah, right, exactly. They do not, they will never, you know, give us, you know, treat us the way, you know, we're supposed to be treated or like anybody else. That's just, we got to understand that. That's why we have to understand that we only have each other. That's why we have to understand that. So Moses with the elders of Israel, elders meaning the people at that time. Now this is before we had kings. And you see, notice how I'm saying elders.
Yeah.
So that means older men, you know what I mean? People with higher rank as far as like, you know, up there in age, you know, a little more seasoned, more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. And this is heavy because he didn't say keep one, he didn't say keep two, all of them. There's over 600 and something laws in this Bible. And this is the begin. This is what we have to understand, because we're not doing this. This is the beginning of the end for us, because we want to do what we want to do. If I say, all right, brother, you know what I'm saying, we can't eat pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster. I'm showing you the scriptures, Leviticus 11:7. Oh man, you know, yeah, I hear you, but you know what I'm saying.
I get into a fist fight about that pork.
Right. God. Listen. This ain't priest officer Kwangwawan's words. This is in the Bible. You know what I mean? That's in the Bible. That's not my, you know what I mean? It's not commanding Gen.YAHANNA. We just telling you what Christ said and what the Most High is saying. We can't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We can't celebrate holidays. We can't celebrate birthdays. That's worshiping yourself, making yourself a god. You understand that? So we can't do these things. And this is the things that have destroyed us over time. And understand, this is what's happened to our parents, their parents, the parents before them. So it's been passed down to us. So we just take it on as it's normal. So, you know, we grow up in America. That's already a hellfire right there. Just growing up in America in a place that's, you know what I mean, speaking an English language, a bastard language, you know what I mean? Going up around heathens, we're acting like them. So we're taking on these practices as a young man and young women, and we think it's normal because our parents thought it was normal. So they teaching you. Now, you growing up, and you thinking everything's all smooth. Next thing you know, all this terrible shit starts to happen to you. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Is it similar? I guess this is similar to what Paul had to deal with, trying to get his people to realize, look, y'all Israelites.
Oh yeah. He definitely got persecuted for it.
Okay.
He definitely got persecuted for it. I mean, he got thrown in jail. I think he was beheaded at some point. Yeah, I think he was beheaded in the scripture. Yeah, but you know, he persecuted the church at first too, because he was a police, and he started following, you know, he seen Christ and start following after that. But yeah, man, I mean, it is crazy because as a priest, that's my job. That's our job in I.S.U.P.K. Like, as much as people don't want to hear it, we have to tell you. Right. Because what good are we if we fail you and don't tell you? We'd be just like the damn pastor.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, right. That's what it means when it says, let your light, this little light in the back. Hey, Christian,
that's their favorite song. That's their favorite song, but they don't let nothing shine. They just lies.
Right, see, and that's what they don't understand. And I didn't understand that until I came to the truth. letting your light shine is sharing this truth with your brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to hold it back, no matter what they look like, no matter how they threatening you. You see what just happened with the purple fags? You know what I mean? We out there speaking the truth, and they just hate us. They just hate because they know we're speaking the truth. And they know they don't got the truth. Just like if we do camps, you know, in every city, pretty much. People come up to the camp, they throw stuff at us, spit at you. I mean, threaten you. The Kentucky 8, they literally at camp got attacked with AKs and knives and bats and everything. And guess what? They sent them niggas to the hospital with just their fists. You know what I mean? But see, that's what people don't understand. You cannot attack the priests and prophets of the I.S.U.P.K. because we are with the Most High. The Most High is with us. So if you do that, you want to suffer some consequences. You know what I mean?
I feel sorry for the IUIC guy who touched that chair, man. I would be running for the hills.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Woo!
One thing I learned about being in this truth is because we are with the Most High. When you go against us or you go against the Most High, just like people who leave the school, it's never a good thing for you. Yeah. It's never. You got to understand too, when the Most High calls on you for this job, you got to do this job. Right. You know what I mean? Right. That's what the whole thing about Jonah was about.
Can't run.
You cannot run. He tried to run from it when they threw his ass over the boat. You see what I'm saying? And then people don't believe that. You know, the whale swallowed him and spit him up on him. But listen,
brought him back.
He had a job to do. He could not run from it. Yeah. And that's the same thing here. When the Lord calls you, because listen, He chose you to lead His people. Right. That's the best damn job anybody can have. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, and I thought about that. I'm like, you know, sometimes you look at this stuff in the world, you be like, man, damn, LeBron James got $400 million. And, you know, it's pretty. But he don't know half of what we know here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know. You know what I mean? He doesn't know the Most High like we know. Right. You know what I mean? So, being the Most High making you a prophet and speaking His word is the best job. It's an honor. I mean, come on, think about it here in Pittsburgh right now. Like literally, I'm the only officer here, right? Y'all, you're coming into the truth. You're listening. Out of what? How many people is there? 600,000?
Something like that.
The Most High God chose, you know, a nigga from Garfield. You know what I mean? A nigga from Garfield. You know what I mean? Both of my parents are not here anymore. Right. You understand? Right. So just think about that, man. Like that's an honor. I mean, you know what I mean? That's an honor to me. You know, that's an honor to me. To be, you know, the first person to get that. Come on, man. That's an honor. I mean, think about the people that came before you. Nobody knew this. Nobody had this truth in your family, but you're getting it. So what is that telling you? You know what I'm saying? The Most High is like, you know what I mean? Christ is like, look, what you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? So then when He come back and ask you like, so what you do with it? You know what I'm saying? My wife kept me. You know, I ain't want to get more than one wife. You know what I mean?
No sweat.
What he gonna say? Bring him before me. Slay him before me. You see what I'm saying? And it's not funny because listen, He's giving us the opportunity to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, I'm more than grateful for the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commander General. I mean, I can't. You know what I mean? Before I came into this truth, I thought I knew what everything was about. I didn't know a damn thing. You know what I mean? I know a damn thing. When I finally got this truth, it was a breath. I mean, I was like, I'm finally free.
Right.
Like even though you're still oppressed here in America, but they don't have me here no more. Yeah, they don't have my mind no more. Right. That was the best feeling ever, man. Mm-hmm. And now I'm walking outside, I can see your problems just by looking at you. Honestly,
that is a beautiful.
Yeah, it is. You know, but when you tell them, oh nigga, who you trying to judge, man? You ain't better than me. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You know, that's how we are as people. It's sad because they don't know that the Most High raises up people right from your own community. Right. That's how He does it. It's not going to come from the damn sky. You know what I mean? Or
you gotta have a suit on.
Yeah, right. Or you got to be some gators on. You know what I mean? That's when they think it's gonna come, bro. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 28:1. All right, let's get through this.
Deuteronomy 28:1.
Yeah, 28:1.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Go ahead, keep on.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. I'll read that for you. I'll drop it too. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently, means actively listen. Mm-hmm. So once you start getting this truth, you're listening to the classes of the I.S.U.P.K and the Command of Gen.YAHANNA. You're hearing it, okay? Unto the voice of the Lord thy God. The voice of the Lord thy God today would be the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, because back then it was the priests and prophets in his Bible, but they're dead. They're not here anymore. So today the people that have the truth is the I.S.U.P.K and the Command of Gen.YAHANNA. And I know that because Command of Gen.YAHANNA follows Christ, who follows the Most High. He does not make himself a God. He does not ride around in a damn Bentley or fly around in 3, 4, private planes. Yeah, right. He ride a horse into the Yeah, he's not Nasty Nate who rides, comes up in the Passover looking like trying to making people think he's Christ. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But anyway, like I said, the truth is here. The voice of the Lord thy God is the I.S.U.P.K and the Command of Gen.YAHANNA. To observe or to do all his commandments. Again, here it is, all of them. Not just the ones you want to do, not just the ones, like brothers in the world, you know what I mean? That shape up is a hard one for them. When you realize you can't line up your beard no more and then you shape up, oh, that's all I need to hear. I'm out of here.
Right. There are some deal breakers.
Oh, yeah. Some people can't, you know what I'm saying? I can pull Brother Jermaine's card. He thought you couldn't gamble in the truth. That almost came out the truth. Nah, you good. Yeah, but it is crazy because when you come up in here, you realize that you still can be who you are. You're just not a sinner no more.
Yeah, you gotta kind of cut a few things.
Yeah, right. But you just can't be a sinner. But there's still you can still be a black man, a black woman. You know what I mean?
You can still live.
Right.
Who don't want to be right? Who don't want to be righteous?
Yeah, it's not hard, man.
Yeah, it ain't hard.
It's not hard. You know what I mean? So it says to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Now, what is that saying? What does it say when it sets you on high above all nations?
That means you're going to be above all the other nations on the.
But I thought Dr. Martin Luther King said everybody was equal. You see
such thing as equal.
You see the problem here?
Yeah.
This is what the Christian church teaches you. This is what the world teaches you, that it's opposite of what the Most High says. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not following Christ. They don't follow Christ because Christ didn't teach that.
Right. Why would you want to be equal to a heathen anyway?
Listen, let me tell you something, man. If you're a black man, Hispanic man, First Hispanic woman, I know damn well that you want to rule. Oh. Who doesn't want to rule? Oh. Who doesn't want to be in charge? Right. If you're a black man, come on, come on. Let's just be clear about that. But notice here, guess what else this is saying? God is racist. He has a favorite people.
He does have a favorite.
You see that? It ain't. He loves everybody, and you know what I mean. Everybody's equal. Right. He says above all people. That's in the Bible. It's not Priest Officer Kwangwawan's words. This is in the Bible. And this is something your Christian pastor would never teach you. He will never teach you this. But in the I.S.U.P.K, we learn that. And see, when I first started hearing these things, I'm like, this can't be in the Bible. Right. I'm like, there's no way this is in the Bible. But it's in there. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. All nations meaning the Japanese, the Chinese, the Arab, the East Indian, the Edomites, whatever you want to call. He's above them all. We're above them all. That's what the Bible says. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just reading it to you. Okay? So let's go to the next one. All right. So 28 and 15. This is right in the same section.
This is basically when. This is what happens if you don't.
Yeah, right.
Right. Starts, I guess.
Right. Cut.
So okay, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, and thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Anybody want to try to break that down?
Yeah. Basically, if you don't listen, you're going to get punished.
Yeah.
And it's going to tell you all the punishments that's going to come down on you.
Right. These laws, these ordinances, is his commands, right? And the punishment, the curses is an evil, a misfortune. Now think about all the stuff that we've done in our lives when we weren't in the truth. When we didn't hear this. Think about all the things that we suffered. That was from a punishment because we didn't listen to God, and neither did our parents. You see, so when you see us in the ghetto, broke, you know what I mean? We have to shop and spend our money with them.
That's hell in itself.
You're right. They're in our neighborhoods, ruling over us. That's a misfortune. That's an evil. Even growing up speaking a damn English language.
And
we're the Israelites.
Right.
We speak Hebrew. Why are we talking like them? You understand? Why are we dressing like them? Why are we getting shape ups and stuff? That's an African practice. You see?
Egyptian or
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything we do is mimicked after them because we grew up thinking we're like them.
Good.
Instead of, if we grew up in our homeland, you know, Israel, Jerusalem, we wouldn't be talking like this.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be dressing like that. You understand that?
That's heavy.
Right. We would know who we are. We would have our culture, and we wouldn't be sinning against God. But because our ancestors did sin, and they didn't listen to God, we were the same people who said, crucify him, Christ. Our ancestors crucified Christ. That's why we're born here today. That's why we were put on the slave ships and brought here. And some of us was born here.
28:68.
Let's keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it. Go to 28:16. The next verse down.
16. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16.
Yep.
Cursed shall thou be in the city,
Right.
and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now, cursed, the city, think about downtown. Think about all the poor you see downtown. We are cursed in the city, like the place where all the big markets, the shops, and everything. You're cursed there. You can't really spend no money like the oppressor can. You can't do
They
that.
don't own nothing down
Now,
there.
let's go to the next one. Cursed shall thou be in the field. What is that talking about?
That's basically, even if outside of the city, in the suburbs,
Yeah.
anywhere you go, you're cursed.
I'm gonna give you one heavier. I'm gonna give you one heavier. That book right there, Mike, that you got. Put that on page 94. And this is gonna be it. And I want y'all to, and then when you get it, one of y'all just put it, show it to that camera right there.
Okay.
Yeah, show it to that little, the bigger one. Page 94. Yeah, page 94. Cursed shalt thou be in the field. See, people don't. This is why you got to show them visuals of it.
Right.
Then they begin to understand.
Just
See that? That's it. Show him.
Like a plantation.
See, in the field, picking cotton. Go to page. Go to page 128. And from 128 to 30, there's some more stuff in there. And this, if one of y'all can just show it right there in the center thing.
Okay.
This is the little one on top. Page 128, and it goes to 130. Look at that. That right there. Turn that around. Just show it right there on the cap. Put it up there. Like you ain't gotta move. You can leave right there so they can see it. Look at that. That's your ancestors in the cotton fields picking cotton. Cursed shalt thou be in the field. That's a curse. You're serving slavery to the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks about. This Bible is alive. Come on, man. Come on. See, you see what I'm saying? What you said was right.
Yeah.
But you see, that took it a step further. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Cursed shalt thou be in the field and in the city. I mean, who else could this Bible be talking about?
We're the only ones that been dealt with.
Who else could it be talking about? Let me see that. I want to make sure they see this. And this is what they need to see.
30 now.
Yeah, I got it. That's cool. You see this? Look at this here. See that? That's your ancestors. You see that? That's cursed in the field. Slavery, picking cotton. All right. Let's see, it was on 94.
I don't
as
even
well.
know if they show the kids that nowadays.
Oh, why do you think they got rid of history class?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
They don't want
Because
to.
they got to tell the truth, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to tell the truth. See this? Servitude, cotton. That's servitude. I'll put it around here too. See that? Cursed shalt thou be in the field. That's what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's definitely heavy. All right, let's get go to 32.
32.
We're going right through it now. Yep.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people,
Mm-hmm.
and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing from them all the day long.
Read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Right.
And,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Salaki. Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
Right. What does that sound like?
Basically, I mean, your children is just going to be eaten alive, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, right. So what it's talking about is actually the slavery. We were taken from, well, basically once we got out of our homeland and went into Africa to flee the oppressor from the Romans, we lived in, West Africa, and then the oppressor came over, did business with the Africans, and he sold us to the oppressor, and he brought us over here to slavery. And again, I'm gonna show some pictures on it.
They
See
said
this?
the first boat that came over was called the Good Ship.
Right.
That is, now
See
that's
this?
heavy.
You see this? This is longing. When it says there shall be no might in thy hand, imagine these women on the auction block and their kids being ripped out of their arms and sold into slavery, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what it's talking about.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. See that? Slavery. You see what I'm saying? Who else could it be talking about? You see what I'm saying? Who else could it be talking about? Yeah. That's what it's talking about. Thy sons and thy daughters.
He's checking their eyes. And,
Yeah.
You know.
You know what that's like too? The NFL draft.
Yep.
when they checking you and all that, that's the same thing.
Got
Yeah.
your arms spread
That's-
out.
that's-
Stuff taking
Yep.
your height and
Yep.
moving you up.
That's why I said that book, $40 million
Slave, yeah.
It's a heavy book. But
Heavy.
when you say to the athlete's a slave, people can't.
Oh yeah.
Because they always equivalent money
Yeah.
to being free.
You know how many brothers is talking about that, about the situation with Ja Morant? Oh, it's the money, man.
Yeah.
You can't miss that money.
Right.
The money,
It's
the
his
money.
money, don't you? Why you worry?
What happened to integrity, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? What happened to that? Maybe he don't care. You know what I mean? Maybe he don't care as much as you do.
They think just like the oppressor.
Exactly.
Exactly like him.
Exactly.
From a baby, that's how you're taught to think. Until you turn on Sesame Street.
Listen, you know, yeah.
Yeah, monopoly board.
Yeah, listen. We are so destroyed here and oppressed here that when you get a little bit of anything, it's like, all right, man, listen, don't upset master.
Yeah.
Don't upset him. You know what I mean? We got to keep getting this money. You know what I mean? Like, there's no integrity, man. Even before I came into the truth, there was just things that I was keeping my integrity. You're not going to, I'm not going to, lose my integrity over no damn money. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's not happening to me.
But there's
you know
a million of us that will. And it's really sad.
It's sad. It's definitely sad. All right, let's go to 48 to 50. And keep that book because we're going to go a couple more pages.
You said 48 and 50?
Yeah, 48 to 50. Yep, 48 to 50.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Yep.
Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent them against you?
The Lord
Now,
will send against
you
thee.
hear that? Now, why is the Lord sending them against you? Because you're not listening to his laws, statutes, and commands. That's why these damn oppressors rule over us. Because we continue to want to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We want to celebrate holidays, birthdays. Oh, I don't really celebrate Christmas, but I'm just doing it for the kids. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Keep thinking like that. You know what I mean? This is why we're destroyed. Keep going.
In hunger, I'll start from the beginning.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Now listen there. Now listen. Go to page 121. Go to page 121. A yoke of iron upon thy neck. It's even on the front of the book too, but go to 121. When you get it, just hold it up. Yeah. See, this is from, look at that. Look at that. Show Brother Mike. A yoke of iron on your neck. Look at the bottom on the right. See? That, yeah. Look at the front of the book. Look at the front of the book. See? That's that bar, that frame they put on you, and you know what I mean?
Can't go nowhere until they control everywhere you go.
Yeah. Let me see that again so I can show it on the thing here. Yeah. This is a heavy book, man. It's a heavy book, bro. It's a heavy book, bro. You see that, man? That frame on this, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. See? Yeah. See that? So we're talking about here, we showing the proof of it. And man, let you know that this Bible's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation man and woman. They ain't talking about nobody else. Who else could it be talking about? Nobody else went through this. Nobody went through these things but us.
And it's actually in the scripture. Thousands of years ago, it's put in the scripture that's going to happen. And this book is it's from a lady by the name of Suzanne Everett. It's called The History of Slavery, so you can go get that yourself. It's not even that expensive either. You know what I mean? Not yet.
They might know about this class. They gonna make it 1,000. Mike, they do that. They do that, man. I'm telling you.
That's that Russian icon book.
They'll so like if people start paying attention to that book, they'll jack the price up on it like crazy. It'll be like $1,000, man. Like $1,000. All right, let's go to okay, and of course, Hold on, what did it say here? It said, what was that? Read that verse for me one more time again, the 50, 28. Oh, keep going. You already read the first one.
Okay.
You did. Go to the next one.
This is Book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 49.
The
Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Bring a what?
A nation.
A what?
A nation.
Go ahead.
Against thee from far. From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Now, this is heavy because a nation is talking about the Edomites. Now, I'm going to break it down. Slavery, it was the British, the Portuguese, the Spanish, the French, the Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden. You know what I'm saying? These are all the nations that had slave companies. You ever hear of the Royal African Company? That's a slave company. That was the British. That was the first one. You know what I mean? In 1640. So this is telling you a nation from afar. That's what it's talking about, the Edomites. They came and got you from Africa and enslaved us. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. Then it says, as swift as the eagle fly.
No,
now, yeah, he gave it away. Come on, man. I was going to ask Brother Mike. But so what's the symbol of America? Eagle. Yeah. The bald eagle. So it's talking about swift as the eagle fly. That's what it's talking about. America. That's their symbol. It's talking about the Edomites. All right? That's what it's talking about. So let me see. Then it says, verse 50. Keep going. Go to 50.
Salakia, sir. Also, that a nation whose tongue that shall not understand. That's the English?
Oh, yeah. That's like remember, when they came over here to America, they came in contact with who? The Taino Indians, the tribe of Gad, North American Indians. Right. They didn't understand what they were talking about. They were befriending them, thinking they was going to, they showed them how to live here, showed them how to survive here, and what they do? Murder them. Christopher Columbus and them murdered them.
Broke all the treaties.
Yeah, made all these treaties and agreements with them and broke them all. That's the white man.
Didn't even keep one of them.
That's the white man. That's what he'll do. That's what he does. What else? You know what I mean? That's not a surprise. All right, go ahead to 50.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce continents.
Right.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, or shew favor, or I guess that means
you got it. You're good.
Nor shew favor to the young.
Right. Meaning in slavery, they had your grandma out there,
and
the granddad, the pregnant wife, and the kid from about 6 years old on. They don't give a damn about how old you are, if you're sick. Just imagine how many people died out in slave fields and everything, in them cotton fields and stuff like that. He don't give a damn. That's why when it says fierce countenance, meaning expression on his face. The white man's a cruel bastard. You know what I mean? He don't care about. Look, think about the police when they pull you over, how they look.
Yeah.
Fierce countenance.
Yeah.
They don't care about. They look, and in his mind, if you read the definition, when it says fierce, it means hostile or aggressive, like a killer. That's what it says. If you read the definition, I'm gonna have you do it, but if you're gonna, it'll tell you that. Like, that's him. That's what he is. That's what he does. I'm telling you, man, these scriptures are heavy, bro. They break it down to the T if you really, really get into them. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's that. Now let's go. We got two more here. Let's go to 64.
64.
Yep.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other side. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known, even wood and stone.
Yes, listen. Scatter means the Lord shall scatter, spread widely. We got took off, right. We got took off our land and spread into all four corners of the earth. So we're here in America. We're not from here, but we got spread here, okay? And then it says, from one end of the earth even to the other. And there thou shalt serve gods. White Jesus. Cross, right. Christian cross, right. Islam.
The rock.
You worshiping Allah. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. You in the so-called conscious community. You know what I mean? African mystery religion. All this bull crap. Everything but what we are, the children of Israel. See, these are curses. This is why we're here, and we're Christians, Muslims, you know what I mean? Whatever else you want to call it. But it's not who we are. But he's telling you here in the Bible why this is happening. If you hear this and you come on, man, you can't
deny this.
You can't.
Either you don't care.
Right. I just want to be a sinner bastard. That's all it is, man. Because this is clear as day. This is clear as day.
Anybody with any brain.
Which neither thou nor thy father, your father ain't know nothing about no goddamn.
Yeah.
Come on, he ain't know that. Back in our original days, he know nothing about no damn Islam.
Right.
That's a religion that was created in like the 6th century.
Yeah.
Muhammad created that in the 6th century after he
us.
followed Christians and Israelites. He just formed it. He just made it up. Like how we face Jerusalem, they face Mecca.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have Passover, they have Ramadan. He just created it after he looked at what we were doing. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And then Christianity, I mean, come on. The face of it is a white man. Cesar Borgia. You know, Cesar Borgia, a white man. I mean,
Look,
I remember
like
being young.
Dahmer, you know what I mean?
Listen, I remember being young and seeing that on my grandmother's wall. Like, I remember just being real young. Like, I was a kid, and I was like, something not right about that.
Yeah.
It don't look like me. You know what I mean?
None of us.
Yeah, like, it's just, oh, goodness, man. And when I see somebody older today,
still had that picture.
I'll be like, come on, man. Come on. Even without being in the truth, you should know better than that.
Yeah.
You come on, man. I remember I went to this brother's, I was the slave I had before this. I went to this dude's office. He had it right on his computer. I was like, he's like 6'7" too. I was like, you was a big dog.
Yeah. I see, and you still seem like people pass away, they'll get a candle, and Caesar Borgia's on the candle. I be like, why would you get the candle? I see when the kid got hurt up there, got killed up there in Hazelwood, they had candles with Caesar Borgia on. And I'm like, man, this is sad here.
Oh my goodness, this is a dude who had sex with his own sister.
Yeah.
Killed his brother or something like that. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
The sister Lucretia.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. You don't know this truth, man. You don't know this. Hey, look, man. We gotta get it. He's answering too many questions. You know what I mean? He needs his Hebrew name. He needs to come in. He's faking. You know what I mean? No, I'm messing with you. All right, let's get out the last one. 68. 2868.
2868.
Yeah.
This is the big boy here.
Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Oh, yeah?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Into where?
Into Egypt again with ships.
Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. Mm-hmm. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And
the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Now remember,
bondage.
Right. To the Israelites, Egypt symbolizes bondage. We call them Mitzrayim. That's what their name is in the Bible, Mitzrayim. Okay. They call them Egypt. Okay. So to the Africans, this is African Hamite stock. So bring thee to Egypt again with ships. Now
we're the only ones.
Now, when we was in Egypt the first time, we didn't get there by ships.
Right.
So what could it be talking about? Who is it talking about? If it's saying about ships again, it's talking about what? The slave trade, America. Right, America. Yeah. So America is being compared to Egypt. Mm-hmm. So I was letting you know we're still in bondage. You see? Here it is again. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So bondage again. Time. Yes. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. What don't we see it no more again?
Our land.
Our homeland. You ain't never been to Israel. You ain't never been to Israel, neither have I. Yep. You understand that? We ain't never seen it. That's where we're from. Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? All right. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Good, nice.
You're in America. He's telling you that the oppressor is your damn enemy. Yeah. So-called white man is your enemy. He's telling you this is not me saying he's the devil, but this is the Bible saying it. Yeah. So when we say this, they get, oh, you can't say that about the No, the Bible says that. Right. He's telling you that they're your enemy. Right. You know what I mean? The God is telling you that.
Right.
They get mad at us for saying it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. That's slavery. We just showed you the pictures in the Bible, in the book. And no man shall buy you, mean free you. Let's set you free. In there, in that book, go to page 46. It's from 46 to 52. You want to see it. You're going to see it. He said, by ships again, right? By ships. And when you get it, look at it, turn around, show it there. And I'm going to show it up here.
Oh, this is a bad picture. I think it's the picture I think it is.
Yeah.
We're on there.
Yeah, packed like sardines. Yeah. Yep, that's how we used to be on the boats.
You imagine how many people passed away and didn't even make it?
Yeah, oh, believe me, there's movies on it. Yeah, you see that? Y'all see that? Like I'm saying. Go ahead, keep flipping the pages. There's more. 46 to 52.
I mean, look at that. Imagine you had to go to the bathroom.
And you're on that boat for days. How?
Probably weeks. I would probably say weeks.
Yeah.
To get here.
Yeah, it'd be weeks. Like months. Yeah. Spitting up on each other, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pissing. Yeah, I mean, we had to go through all that, man. It's telling you.
Not making it, still stuck on each other.
Yeah. Now, you would die just from the smell and the proximity of, you know what I mean? Everybody being on top of each other. It's just slavery. Yeah.
This is
Let me see that. Yeah.
Every child.
Yeah, right. But they ain't gonna teach that in school. They're not gonna teach that.
You can't
Yeah.
count on your.
If you on TikTok, y'all see this? You see it? Bondage by cargo slave ships. Let's talk about the Israelites. Can't we talk about nobody else? See that? Packed in like in a spoon fashion, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers and sisters died. A lot of them was thrown over the boat. A lot of us didn't make it. Heck, almost like 50% of them, 60% didn't make it.
So that number of 99 million of us.
It's like 100 million. That's like what?
Is that like?
That's just Judah.
Just a trip.
That's
over?
just Judah.
Okay.
That's just the total for all the years together.
That is Can you imagine?
100 million people. Yeah, 100 million people. Y'all see this?
That's so many people. It ain't even,
See that? Cargo slave ships by way of ship. This is the Israelites. So this Bible is only talking to the Israelites. All right. Yeah, so again, you know what I'm saying? We're letting you know that blacks, Hispanics, First Nation men and women are the chosen of the Most High God. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks about. But we're dying like men, like the Bible said we would. You understand? Because we have gotten away from serving our God. So again, this is the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding GEN.YAHANNA. Started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. For water for tuning in. We'll have this class every Friday. We'll be here in person at the Carnegie Library on Broadway Avenue. That's 15216. That's in Beachview. We got classes going up on Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. And then you got other classes from 7 to 9 p.m. Pretty much ISUPK.com. You log on to any city, we pretty much got a class. And with that, I'm going to close out the class and the water for tuning in. Shalom, Israel. Okay, we good to go. Yeah, I gotta get like